Bitcoin lost over 10% in the past 24 hours and is now trading under $19,000. Ethereum lost over 12% and is already under $1,000. Cardano, Solana, Avalanche all have been losing a lot in the past several days. But if we scroll down on CoinGecko and we click on page number 6, we can see among all these red numbers, there is one crypto in position number 532 that has been green and has been gaining over 20% in the past 7 days. So what is it? If you've seen my very first video, which you probably haven't, I was talking about a DAO at the time when DAOs were starting to gain popularity with all these high APYs, sometimes reaching billion%, with the rebases every 8 hours and bonding mechanisms that would let DAOs own their own liquidity. But the model didn't quite work so well, and most of the DAOs couldn't keep up with inflation from minting all these new tokens, and their prices were tanking. And no, I'm not talking here about Olympus DAO or Time Wonderland. I'm talking here about Hector, that used to be Hector DAO and now is called Hector Finance. They started off as a DAO on November 1st, 2021, and their website used to look pretty much like any other website of a typical DAO with staking and bonding, but they only had one thing that differentiated them. Apart from 3,3 bond, which was typical for any DAO back then, they also had 4,4 bond, meaning that they were auto-compounding the rewards as soon as they were vested, and that what was differentiating them from other DAOs. They weren't offering some crazy APYs like most of the clones, and what really made me invest with them is the people that run it. You see, when I make a decision to invest in a crypto project, I think of it as buying a piece of a software company. And in this case, I felt like they were very realistic with their expectations, and I'll talk about being realistic a little bit later. They were really open on their AMAs, and I really liked the way they described their process and their plans for the future and how the protocol is working, how is the health of the protocol, and they're also very open on their Discord chats. And the way they talk and post, you can feel that they're technically and financially savvy and they know what they're doing. And if you stay till the end of the video, I'll open up on a little secret, so stay tuned till the end. Another thing that I liked about them is that they always deliver what they promised. If you look at the Discord chats, you can see how much has been promised and delivered. So let's get back to the realistic part that I mentioned and how they developed from a DAO into a financial center on Fantom network. They weren't offering some crazy APYs as long as I remember, and the first time I saw it, I think they were offering around 150,000%, and then I realized that this isn't quite working, so they need to do something else. Plus, since the very beginning, they've always wanted to build something that would serve as a reserve currency on Fantom network, or a to-go place on Fantom network if you wish. And at the very beginning, since they were a DAO, they already had plans for Hector Bank, which is now live, and it has been live for several months already, which is a place to lend and borrow crypto. So the first thing they did, they lowered the APY from around 40,000 fixed APY at the moment, if I remember correctly, to a variable APY of between 500 and 1500%. And the community split 50-50 because most of the people didn't want it to be the case because they came for high APYs and high rewards. But as for me, I personally like the idea because I always think that something sustainable is more important than anything else, especially in the crypto space. And if we look at the website back then when they were a DAO and right now, we can see that they're transforming into a deflationary utility token on Fantom network that still offers high staking APY of 100%, meaning that you can double your tokens in a year. They're calling themselves the world's first deflationary rebase token, and you can tell that something is definitely working by looking at the price of the HEC token in the past several weeks, because everything else has been crashing. And I think the reason that it's working is because they've been building a lot of utility around their protocol. And as I've already mentioned, they started working on Hector Bank when they were still a DAO, and right now it's been live already already for several months, and that is a place where you can lend and borrow crypto. And as of now, they have over 5.7 million in supply and over $500,000 in borrowed assets. And then they came up with a stablecoin called Tor, which acts the same way that UST does on Terra Luna protocol, meaning that Tor can be only minted when HEC is burned and vice versa. But there is one clear advantage for Tor over UST, and that is over collateralization, meaning that Tor is over collateralized by the Hector Finance treasury. And when necessary, that treasury is used to stabilize Tor by doing buybacks and burns. And what is the use case for Tor? Whenever you mint Tor, you supply the Hector Finance treasury with DAI, which is another stablecoin, and then you can use Tor on Curve Finance in the Tor DAI USDC stablecoin LP that earns you 15% at the moment, which is not too low so that it can attract investors, but it also not unreasonably high. That way it's pretty sustainable still. And it currently has a TVL of $18 million. And another thing that they're working on right now and is currently in the beta phase is the DEX that offers a variety of cryptos for swapping. Another factor that made me invest with them is the way that they're governed and how they invest their money from their treasury. Being a DAO, they still operate the same way in terms of their governance. Whenever they invest money from the treasury, the community of token holders get to vote whether to pass this investment or not. And currently there is a vote going on about a sponsorship contract for a top-tier soccer club that hasn't been revealed yet and is being voted on currently, but that literally could give Hector Finance the push they need to scale, considering how well they're doing, being at only $26 million in market cap. It can get even more sustainable the bigger they grow. So go ahead and check them out. I'm not sponsored by them. I just can't ignore the fact that they're doing so well being so small in size, because the people that are working behind the project are really awesome at what they do. And here's a little secret that I wanted to share with you guys. Hector Finance so far is my biggest crypto investment. And I didn't buy it at the best times because they were transitioning from being a DAO into a utility token. So I kind of dollar cost averaged a couple of times, and the price was between $50 and $100 when I invested. And the bear market isn't helping right now either, but I still have huge faith in this project and in this team, and I think when the good times come and we are out of this bear market, the price of HEC token can go easily 5 to 10x. And that was it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up to help YouTube algorithm, and if you want to see more stuff like this, please subscribe to my channel down below and hit the notification bell to get notified next time a new video comes out, and I'll see you all on the next one.